I got another zombie. Let's take him out. Oh crap, sound like a predator. Alright, welcome back. I'm going to do a little update on some of the newer stuff on DayZ and some of the stuff I've learned in the last week or two that's different and stuff that I really haven't seen too much of on DayZ. First I want to start off with what happened in my last episode that I was getting shot at. I had no idea where he's at. I kept looking back and didn't see him, and then I went back the next day and found this little spot up here, and I'm pretty sure this is where he was shooting me at, because from this angle, everywhere I was getting shot at, you can see from here. And while I was looking for where he might have been sniping me from, I ran across this. Apparently you can climb up this little power cable thing here. And it looks like a pretty good sniping spot. And now I'm going to move on to zombies. They have become a real threat now. They move a lot faster. I think before you probably bled maybe 1 out of every 20 hits from zombies. I mean, they weren't really that big of a threat as long as you had some type of weapon to hit them with. But now it's more of a 50-50. And I shot all of this in one clip running through the town of Chap, which I wouldn't recommend because it is full of zombies. This clip was originally just 6 minutes long of straight me trying to loot, and I kept running into zombies. And I think within 6 minutes of gameplay, I ran into 22 zombies. It is a very dangerous town, and frames per second were really low, and I think I got hit 4 times and had to bandage myself twice. But yeah, I would not recommend coming here. And it's got the big buildings, got a lot of loot places, but the zombies are just outrageous. And you can run around with the axe the whole time and try to do it. As you can tell, I passed up those two because I got tired of taking out zombies and just ran straight out of town. Yeah, now the zombies can follow you a lot faster and actually keep up with you even running at full speed. I was just running through, heard a zombie sound, I turned around and there was what, 1, 2, 3, there we go, and there's a 4th one back there, all following me at the same time. And when I was playing, I was like, okay, I took out 4, so I should be good. And boom, one popped up right in front of me. So yeah, the zombies are a real threat now. So I ended up trying to go back here and see if I can bandage myself, but I ended up hearing another zombie. Where does it come from? Right through the wall. And something to say to the developers of DayZ, if you're going to make the zombies this fast and that powerful, make sure they can't run through walls. Because when you're inside a house, especially if they're that low, it's like trying to play whack-a-mole. They're nearly impossible to try to hit, especially if you're inside like a hallway or something. They keep walking back and forth through the hallways. They can hit you through the wall, but you can't hit them back. And now more than just breaking your legs from falling and the zombies hitting you, now you can actually fracture your arms now. I got hit by a zombie and I wasn't bleeding. My guy was telling me that his arm was hurting. I tried taking some painkillers to see if it'd make it go away, but it didn't. So I ended up having to try a morphine, and the morphine finally got rid of it. I guess the morphine's still good for broken and fractured bones. Yeah, and another thing I've noticed about the zombies is that I've actually seen them hit each other when they're grouped up trying to chase me around and trying to swing at me. I don't know if they can cause harm to each other yet or not, or if that's something they're trying to work with. But as you can tell, I'm bleeding and I need to bandage myself, so I just decided to take them out. Yeah, and I always knew you could paint your gun, but I never knew that you could paint other stuff too. I mean, so far the only other thing I noticed that you can paint is your fire axe, which is kind of cool, especially if you're trying to stay hidden so you don't have something yellow and red on your back, which is pretty easy to spot. Now down to the below the airfield and the military base down here. Now, I know just about everyone knows that the tents are empty because that used to be where you can get some really good military type loot. But I did find a couple of places that had some pretty good loot down here that I've overlooked the past couple of times I come through here, because every time I come through I always check these tents. There's this little building here. It's got some pretty good loot. I think I've been in here a couple of times. I found a couple of scopes in here and some ammunition and stuff. Yeah, then there's this place over here on the far east side of the military base that still loots in this area. It's got some pretty good loot in it. I have found long range scopes in here. I found PU scopes. It's got some pretty decent military gear usually. As you can see right there's a long range scope right there. So anytime you're in the area, I think this place and that last building is pretty good places to check out. And I found out the hard way that if you don't want your gear to get ruined, do not go for a swim. I decided to swim out to those islands down south and see if there's anything down there, and it ended up ruining my pistol. So, little tip, don't go swimming. Yeah, and another thing I've noticed that some people do is if they start getting shot at, they'll just lay down in the grass and think they're hidden. I mean, although from about that distance away, he can't see me. I'm very well hidden in the grass because the grass is still visible around me. But if you're this far away, as you can see, he is a very easy target because after about 50 yards or more away, the grass just disappears. And that would be a very easy shot, especially if I was on top of a building or a hill and was looking down and even further away. If you're getting shot at, you should just run away in a zigzag pattern. Alright, that's it for now. Until next time.